Hi guys and ladies, if you know me, you know I love Mexican food, but often that means lots of carbs and calories. Well, I found a fish recipe that should be healthy, so I picked up all the ingredients, but you know what, I forgot one, the fish. So let's see if we could hook some for dinner. I'm gonna make my first cast right here off the Once again, it's freezing out here. That means the fish will be sluggish. So let's keep our equipment small. We can target bass starting with this. This is called a Zman Finesse TRD. So check the notes under the video for all the info on everything I'm using. Right now, let's get on the lake. Little. I don't care though. You see, the lake has too many little ones. We've been told that by scientists. These need to be removed so that the rest of the fish can grow big. I got one. Gosh, golly darn. Excuse my language. Oh, wow. It's too big, I think. Well over 13 inches, so I've got to return her to the water, or him. I got one. This little guy was right up against the boat practically before he took the lure. Good eater. Got one. Oh, it's a big one. Oh my goodness. Oh, maybe not so big. Oh, it's hard. Oh. That's not so big, but he was hooked in a way that really pulled hard. 12.5 inches, but you know what? I'm keeping them. I've got to do this recipe for you guys. I got one, I think. Somewhere. Oh. It's too big. Too big for my Mexican recipe. Wow, and look at the tummy. That's a female, full of eggs. 15.5 inches, not bad. I can't believe how cold this March has been, and there's snow on the ground. Yes. I got one right at the boat. A fish for dinner, little guy. Got one. Oh, little guy again in the shallows. I need them for food. People ask me, how do I fish these little grubs or short little worms? And all I do is real slowly. You know, I cast it out. Depends on the depth of the water. If the water's deep, like in this spot, you let it fall a little more and reel less. If it's shallow, you reel a little more until you feel right at the boat. Oh, it's huge. This thing is a huge fish. Help! Oh! Look at this fish! Help! This is the biggest fish I caught in my life. The biggest bass, maybe. I never caught a bass this big. Wow! It won't even fit on the stick. It's 22 inches. Oh, look at this. Oh, my arm hurts. This is over 22 inches. I thought it was a catfish. It's 6 pounds, right on the money. Let's let him go quickly. Okay, so it wasn't the biggest bass I ever caught. The biggest was 6 3/4 pounds, but it was the biggest I've caught in like 20 years. And looky here. I've got 5 little bass that'll give us close to a pound of fish fillets. And once again, I'm freezing out here. That means it's time to get in the house and fillet these little guys. Despite the discomfort of the cold, we did okay yesterday, and I caught a 6-pound beast. And looky here, we have over a pound of these nice bass fillets, and I want to cook them up with a Mexican flair. But first, let's quickly prepare a couple of south of the border sides. I'm going to start out by pouring in a couple of tablespoons of olive oil into this huge skillet. I don't know about you, but sometimes when I open a can of tomato paste, I waste half of it. So this time I froze 4 tablespoons, and it's just what we need. I got this on about 200, 225, and now I'm putting in a can of chopped chilies. They're good. This is a spoonula. A famous celebrity food critic bought this for me, a gift. Into this, I'm putting in a teaspoon of salt. Look, minced garlic from the jar. How easy. Couple teaspoons. Looky here, now I've got 8 ounces of chopped onions from the store, already chopped. 8 ounces. If you haven't figured it out, I'm making fake Mexican rice. I say fake because I'm using cauliflower, which is far lower in carbs. What I have here are 2 bags of frozen rice cauliflower. Let's just dump them in. These are flavored, but you don't need flavored. You can use either. There's our rice. Look, I've got the heat up on medium-high, and look what I bought. Mexican seasoning, and I'm going to put a teaspoon of that in there to give it a more authentic flavor. Look, it's been about 10 minutes, so I'm going to bowl this up and get on to the next side. I've wiped down our pan. Now I need 3/4 pound of bacon cut into small pieces, and I don't know any better way than this. If you know, please write me. Let me know. I've got 2 cans of soy black beans, and I'm just draining them thoroughly. Look, I am so happy with this thing. It's a 4-cup measuring cup. Let's just put our soy black beans in there. While our bacon is slow cooking, I'm going to try to process these beans with this. I'm nervous. You have to really pulverize this to get it smooth because soybean, unlike black bean, is a little bit grittier. Let's now add in 2 tablespoons of olive oil, a half teaspoon of salt, 2 teaspoons of minced garlic, you know me from the jar, 1 tablespoon of good quality chili powder, 2 tablespoons of heavy cream. The recipe says coconut milk, but That's too new agey for me. Look at this, 1 teaspoon again of Mexican seasoning. I like this stuff. Let us recommence our processing. Look, our bacon is done. I don't want it crispy in this case. And now all I'm going to do is add our fake black beans to it. I added a little bit of salt to this because I think it needed it. I've got the heat on medium low. And now look, it's absorbing all that bacony goodness. And it's stiffening up just like real refried beans. We're done. Almost as exciting as catching that 6-pound bass. I love food. Typically, you would add cotija, cheese, to the top of this, but I couldn't find it. So I've got goat cheese here, and I love goat cheese, so why not add some of that? Let me just taste this. Oh, I got bacon. Muy auténtico. That means very authentic. Really, you would never know these are fake black beans. Wow, are they good, rich, creamy. That bacon really helps. Let's get on with the fish. Look, I've got our fish fillets here, and look, I've got lime juice, and I'm going to squeeze it all over the top. Make sure your lime juice is fresh, freshly squeezed. And, well, I'm doing it now, so it's fresh. Now, I'm just going to put these aside for 15 minutes. I've got almond flour here, and I'm going to put 3/4 cup of it into this bag. I've got my own taco seasoning. I'm going to use 2 tablespoons. You can use the prepackaged stuff, but it's got all that salt and sugar. I've got a recipe in the notes below. Check for the taco seasoning. You know what? I'm going to make it 3 tablespoons. I'm upping the recipe. Upping it. Oh, what the heck? The rest of the jar. I'm adding 3/4 teaspoon of cumin. I think they say cumino in Spanish. Cumin. Let's put in about a 1/2 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. I hope this is enough. I've drained off the lime juice. I'm just going to blot these fish a little bit. And then I'll put them in that bag. You have to put air in the bag. I've got our trusty skillet back. And look, I'm going to pour, a few tablespoons of olive oil just to cover the bottom this time. Let's start with the biggest first. Look at this. I'm going to go a couple minutes on each side. These are flaking easily with a fork, so I'm going to take them off the heat now. It's flaking so readily, but let me try. Perfect. Not too much seasoning. It may look like it, but no way. It's really popping with flavor, but not too much seasoning. You're going to love it. Bursting. I put our fish in a warm oven, and I should let you all know, the famous celebrity restaurant and food critic, Miss Lulu Cheeks, is about to arrive here for my Mexican feast. We've been seeing each other for countless years, yet she seems to sidestep the issue of marriage. And I need to be more direct with her and probe into her mind to see why the reluctance. Well, I'm here tonight with the famous celebrity restaurant and food critic, Miss Lulu Cheeks. And welcome to my treacherous, troubled trailer. And you had the good fortune, I hope, to taste my Mexican seasoned fish with beans, refried beans, and rice. And what did you think?
Oh, they were both very good. It was all very good. The fish was delicious, nice and spicy.
Thank you.
And the beans were excellent. And with the bacon,
Oh, that was
one of my favorite food groups is bacon.
It was rich. And the
yes.
cauliflower rice.
That was very good. That was they were both almost sweet. They were very good.
Oh, thank you.
Low carb. Yes.
And low carb.
That's right.
Thank you so
You're
much.
welcome.
Miss Cheeks, don't you think that most marriages are happy?
Yes, but it's the living together afterward that causes all the problems.
Uh-huh. Oh. Can I have a hug?